Hey everybody, it's Jamonster backing out with Opus Gaming, and I'm here today again with my teammate Muachee, who just topped Top Cuts regional event that happened this past weekend. How are you doing, Muachee?
No, pretty good.
Good, good. What place did you get in the event?
Oh, so I got 24th with Smoker.
Yeah. What we'll do before we really talk about anything else, we're just gonna get straight into the deck profile. Let's talk about your leader and some of your deck choices for the event.
Okay, so for my deck choices, I chose to. So you got to play 4 Kobe's. So what I use Kobe for is I don't use it to kill the blockers normally. I use it to kill the 4 costs and 5 costs because it's possible because Smoker reduces the cost.
Yes.
So you can kill 4 costs like nothing. And this is what I use it for. So otherwise, if I can't kill 4 costs, I just save it for later. Because if you play Smoker later game, you start to realize you can reduce costs, but you get nothing to delete. Like you need something to kill.
What were some of the, just like for going through your day, what were some of the more important 4 cost targets that you did choose to pop consistently throughout the day?
Okay, so for Kinemon, I killed either the Okiku or the Yamatos. For red, I killed either the Zoros or any of the 4 drops that Whitebeard plays.
The vanillas, right?
Yeah,
and the
vanilla.
Marco. I guess Marco can come back and stuff, so I can see the vanilla being very important to pop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then my other card I use it. Oh, I love this card, the 4 hand battles. Not only does it play itself from life, it also can reduce cost for you for free. So it can reduce cost by 2. So with this and Kobe, you can kill 5 costs.
So it's a Sneemon.
Yeah,
Comes
it's
out.
Sneem-
Yeah, it
yeah.
gives you a lot of field presence.
And
And
then,
stuff.
yeah, and 90% of the time he's going to gain. He's going to be 5K because he gains 2K boost at this is 0 cost. But when he attacks, he minus 2 costs. And Smoker reduce 1 cost. So if they have a 3 cost on the field, this is a 5K body.
Okay, cool. That's actually really, really strong.
Yeah, and this card wins me a lot of games.
Okay.
It comes on life. It's like, oh, it's GG.
Yep. Now I have an additional attacker that they're just not really prepared for, so that's awesome.
Yeah, and then I guess for the 4 drops, play 4 Barcelona. It's the best blocker. Can be KO at card effect. And we play 4 the Kuzans and then 4 Sakazuchi. So for the Kuzans, I know people when they have 4 downs, you play the Kuzans or maybe the Barcelona. I think so. How I played it is you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that unless it's the only play because if you just play this early, people will just kill it. Like Okiku attack, Yamato attack, or pistol. The reason why I say this card is really important because you need this to kill the bosses. You need this to kill Newgate. You need this to kill Odin. You need to kill the mirror match.
Okay, so let me ask you, what is an ideal time to drop it? If you don't want to tap 4 and drop it, or you always have to tap 4, but if you don't want to tap 4 and tap out to drop it, when do you want to play it?
So you either play it when you're at 6 downs or 7 downs because if you're 6 or 7, you drop this for 4, you have 2 or 3 downs to upgrade to save him. You can drop a blocker, you can play Shockwave. The reason why I say that's a good opportunity is because if you play Kuzan, I say you had 6 downs, you play Kuzan, right? Your opponent, if you go against Kinemon, they'll play Odin for 7, and this will just kill Odin.
Okay.
Because Odin, this reduces 4 costs to any characters, so Odin becomes a 3 cost. No, 4 costs, and your Sakazuchi can just kill it.
Yeah, we just get them out of there after
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Get it? Because I kill 3 Odins and 3 Newgates throughout the whole game, through the whole tournament.
Awesome. No, I think that's really sound advice. I actually really like that as a gameplay strategy going into games. Save them a little bit, get your opponent to kind of drop those cards on your earlier cards, right? And then you play this at a time where it's either they're gonna have to commit Dawn to removing this card from your board or commit Dawn to try to push damage onto you. That's cool.
Yeah. And then I play 2 of the Star Deck Smokers. I think this card is not bad, but this is really not a good time to play him because you're probably thinking of playing Barcelona or Sakazuchi, so this is not a good time to play it. It's only good against maybe red and green, but even then, sometimes I just use this to discard for trash.
No, it's totally fair. I think that art is like some of the craziest art we've gotten on a main set card or like a non-alternate art style card. But yeah, no, that card, I'm sure it's like really fire, but I can see where, yeah, it doesn't have a good time to play.
You just got to play this in case you go against the mirror match. And in the mirror match, this is the deciding factor.
Okay.
Whoever see this, basically, you basically won the mirror match.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's really, really
Yeah,
interesting because he has double attack when he, what's the condition?
If it is a 0 cost,
Okay.
and you give it down, but the most important part is he can't be KO by card effect.
There you go. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes a lot of
that's
sense.
why.
I'm sure he's important in the red and purple matchups then too.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then for 10 drop Kuzans, I played 3. 4 is so breaky. In my opinion, I don't like Kuzans, but we had to play it because it's our top end.
Yeah, definitely.
Out of the whole tournament, I did not even play him until round 9 one time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because
Just too much commitment.
It's too much commitment. You tap out, and you start to realize Kuzan kills 5 costs, but Sakazuchi also kills 5 costs. So you just better play him.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. The reason why I play 3 is so if I see an early game, I just trash it.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. And I think it's just like, yeah, that's one of those things where it's like a player choice for you. You play three Kuzan as opposed to 4 because it just works for you as a player. But yeah, I think it's one of those cards you just kind of decide on how many copies that you want to play. But I can see it being bricky as a 10 drop that like doesn't have rush, doesn't have a counter power in hand, so it's hard to stack when you have 2 of them in hand. Cool.
Especially if you go first, it's too hard. You go first, you go 9 dons. That's really bad. And
I can see
yeah,
it.
you can get away with playing 2 Kuzans. I just play third one so I can just trash it when I see it.
For sure. I like that play.
All right, and then for the 2K counters, we played for the Granny, for the Tashigi. These 2 comes up because you can minus and you use the Kobe or the Sakazuchi to kill.
Okay.
That's why I say you guys save these for the later games, so you kill the big bosses.
Yep.
You just ignore the weak guys.
I get that. Yep, get the little guys out of there.
Yeah, and then I played 3 Garbs. The reason why I played 3 is because instead of playing a 4th 2K counter, I decided to play more blockers. It's all about preference. You want more 2Ks or more blockers, that's up to you.
Then you have room for the guard, for sure.
Yeah.
Was there another 2K counter in set that you're not playing? The other Admiral,
Sengoku.
Sengoku, yep.
I don't think Sengoku is good because I think he reduces costs, but only when he attacks.
Okay.
Thing is, you have one right here. He's Hembappo does anything. He
It's just
reduces
way
cost.
better.
Yeah, and he plays himself.
From your life. Okay,
Yeah.
I can see that. So
Yeah.
your choice was for the Helmeppo over the Sengoku.
Yeah.
Cool.
And another tip is if you're discarding cards with Sakaguchi or Kobe, don't. It feels kind of bad, but it's okay if you had to discard a 2K counter because you had to keep some cards in your hand.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and then for blockers, we play for this guy, and we play 2 of the grannies.
Okay.
I'd say these 2 is a flex spot. This could be anything.
Okay.
I just decided to play 2 blockers. I was like, there's nothing else to put.
For sure. There's never anything wrong with a little bit of extra defense. So yeah.
And then for the event cards.
Yeah, I want to see these. Black's event cards are very interesting. I can't wait to learn more about them.
So we play 4 Shockwaves and more Meteor Volcanoes.
Okay.
So Shockwave is most of the time, plus 4,000 is great, but I use it to kill the 3 costs. Because when you go first or second, you either have 4 dons or 3 dons, right?
Yep.
So at 4 dons, you get 1 to Smoker, maybe come 7K, you save this to kill 1 cost. This is mostly for the red matchup to kill the Namis, Sunny-kuns. Then maybe if against green, you can kill Okiku.
Oh, yeah.
I punish a lot of people who attack a leader first instead of Okiku, and this just kills it right away.
Yep. Then they just don't even get the value. Okay.
Yeah, and then Meteor Volcano, this is probably, I love this card. It overperformed for me. So it kills a 1 cost or less. So it basically kills 1 cost blockers for free. With Smoker, you can kill 2 costs. And then I think what gets me is the moment you drop a 10 cost Kuzan, this basically it kills a 5 cost now.
Yep, I can see that.
Yeah.
You just can't do it on the same turn, and that's where Kuzan can be cloggy, where you have a bunch of them.
Because
I
remember I played
turn after.
Yeah, I remember I played Kuzan.
Yeah.
Then my opponent played 7 cost blocker kid, counter kid. So I use Sengoku, Kuzan -5, and this kills the kid, cost 2.
Yeah. Yep.
And then and then in life it says you draw 2, trash 1. Sometimes I use it, but most of the time I just take it in my hand. I only use that effect if I'm breaking. Otherwise, you want to save it.
Yeah, that's really, really, really cheap removal. At first, I thought it was an event trigger card, but yeah, no, now I just see it's just it's just a really good removal card. So I can see you pick those up, hold them in hand, and you can just kind of use them liberally.
Yeah, and
the turn.
And this is why I say we gotta save the Kuzans, the 4 drops, because if you save this for mid game, you can -4 cost on anything, and this thing will just kill any 5 costs.
That's really good. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and there's a lot of 5 costs. This Rush Luffy, Law Blocker, you can kill those with just this with the Kuzan.
No, absolutely. Cool. Before we do any more deep diving into the deck profile, and before we start talking about your matchups during the tournament, if you guys have made it this far and you're not subbed, drop a sub down below. I would really appreciate it. Leave a like, leave a comment. We're gonna be releasing more Bandai card game deck profiles, gameplay, and everything like that. So leave a comment, leave a like, and sub if you guys can. I appreciate it. And Let's talk about your tournament run. Do you remember everything that you played?
Oh yeah, so
Cool.
I did face one Magellan. In my opinion, if you go against any purple or Magellan, you go first.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if they play Magellan at 5, it ruins your curve so badly. So you just might go first. And you know, since a lot of people play one drop, you go first. You have one Don, next turn you have 3 Dons. You just get 1 to Smoker. He's 7k.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and these 2 you can save it for your event cards, which is why I pay 4 each. Because at 2 Dons, that's your turn 2 play.
That's actually really, really cool. Yeah, a lot of people look at character cards to be a turn 2 play, but I can see like getting a foot up on your opponent's like a curve being very important here. So cool.
Yeah, and then I did face like 4 Whitebeards and 3 Kinemons. I beat all the Kinemons. I only lost to 1 Whitebeard because they new-gate me twice. That was very hard.
Yeah.
How I won against the matchup is I always save the 4-drop Kuzans for when they're. If I know my opponent is going to be at 7 or 8 Dons, that's when I play it. Because if they play Odin, I will just kill the Odin. So this tells my opponent, get rid of this or I'll kill your boss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or it's
And yeah, most people got punished because they did not know that I can just kill it.
Okay. I didn't really think about that until you just told me that right now. So yeah, I can see that. Because black is, I know black's a really popular color, but it's a new color and a lot of people don't know the ins and outs at this point for sure.
Yeah.
So.
And then obviously, you know, if you, so against Kinemon, you obviously, you know, you make them go first, but this build is like, okay, if you go first, it's not bad. Against Zoro or any red dad, you prefer to go first because you know they're going to draw the one cost.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so when they draw the one cost, you boost leader, you have 2 Dons LF, you pay Meteor, and it just kills it.
Yep.
Meteor punish a lot of people who just play a 1-drop for their first turn. I punish a lot of people when they go first, they play a Bonnie, Momosuke, or Sunny. I say, okay, it did 5.
He has Meteor.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah, definitely. It's just like playing Seaquake in red, right? In Whitebeard. Just punching people very, very early on in the game. So, okay, that's really, really awesome. Was that a wrap-up of all the decks that you played, or did you play any other colors?
No, that's literally it.
Okay, so it was an 8-round tournament. Yeah, it was 4 and 3. Sweet. How do you feel Smoker and Black kind of like sit in the meta right now in general?
I think you asked me, Smoker is probably the only deck that can fight all the decks. It probably has no best matchup, but it doesn't have a worst matchup.
Okay.
I know some people might say, oh, red is probably your worst matchup, but for me, it's not really. You just go first. You have 4 shockwaves, 4 meteor volcanoes. You just kill all the small guys.
Yep, for sure. No, I can see that. And like having a really strong control leader is important in the meta, so that's really cool. Really, really good to hear. The other question that I've been asking a lot recently is, after this big tournament, you've played a lot of rounds, lots of really good testing. Are there anything that you could see yourself changing in the list, for sure? Or do you feel pretty strong with the list?
I feel pretty strong.
Awesome.
And just like I said, the 2-cost blocker, this is probably your flex spot.
For sure.
You know, you want to put anything else in here, that's totally fine.
Okay. How about this? For somebody watching this deck profile that's like new to black, like I am, for that flex spot, are there any cards that you can kind of suggest that they should consider? Any good like alternates that you would think about?
So I guess if you're really afraid of, let's say, red or maybe green, you could just use a Star Deck Smoker.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, worst case, he's a 5-drop 7k, very strong.
I could see that being really good because you said earlier that card wins you the black mirror. So if your locals is filled with black cards, you could drop the 2 blockers and play 2 more smokers to go to your locals.
Yes, and you know, I guess worst case against red and green, because they'll always have a 1-drop, it helps you with a catch-up game.
For sure.
Double attack.
Yeah, no, that's pretty perfect. So, no, thank you so much for that suggestion. We're gonna wrap the deck profile up there, but you guys already know this is gonna be Jamonster with Opus Gaming, and congratulations, Muachee, on your top 24 or top 32 finish at 24th place at the Top Cup Regional. That's really, really awesome, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, man. Cheers.